Hi students, today we are going to study about the lesson number 11, light, shadows and reflections. We see so many objects around us. On the way to school, you see many things like buses, cars, cycle, trees, animals and sometimes flowers. How do you think we see objects? Think of the same places at night time. If it were completely dark, what will you see? Suppose you go inside a completely dark room. Are you able to see any objects in the room? But when you light a candle or a torch, you can see the objects present in the room, isn't it? Without light, things cannot be seen. So light helps us see objects. The torch bulb is an object that gives out light of its own. The sun is another similar object that gives its own light. So, based on whether or not they give out light, objects can be classified as luminous objects and non-luminous objects. The objects that give out light of their own are called luminous objects. Example: sun, burning candle, torch, glowing electric bulb, tube light, and firefly, that is an insect, are examples of luminous objects. Now, non-luminous objects that do not give out light of their own, are called non-luminous objects. Example: wall, chair, table, pen, scale, and bag. These are the few examples of non-luminous objects. Now, an object that gives out light is called a source of light. All luminous objects are sources of light. The sources of light can be classified: natural sources of light and artificial sources of light. So the natural sources of light found in the nature, that means the sources of light found in nature, are called natural sources of light. Example: sun, stars, and firefly. Now, artificial sources of light means the sources of light made by humans. Example: candle, tube light, torch, lamp, etc. Now, take 3 leaves. So stick the leaves on the chart paper. Cover the first leaf with sellotape, the second one with the tracing paper, and the third one with the thin cardboard. So which leaf can you see? The leaf covered by sellotape can be seen clearly. The one covered by tracing paper can be seen partially. And the one covered by cardboard cannot be seen at all. So we can say sellotape is a transparent thing, tracing paper is translucent, and cardboard is opaque. So the materials can be classified as transparent, translucent, and opaque depending on the amount of light that can pass through them. The materials that allow light to pass through them completely are called transparent materials, so that we can see the other things clearly. Example: plain glass and air, even clear water, are transparent. Now, materials that allow light to pass through them partially are called translucent material. For example, oil, paper, and certain plastics. Now, the material that do not allow any light to pass through them are called opaque materials. So there are three materials which is classified according to the transparency of that material. One is transparent, translucent, and opaque. Now, to see the object, we need light. So, if light comes from the sun, how it comes? Is it comes in the zigzag way or it comes in the straight line? You know that light always travels in a straight line. So, how can we prove that? Take a sheet of opaque paper. This is a translucent material. This is opaque material. This one we are going to do this activity. Take a sheet of opaque paper rolled into a pipe and lit a candle. Look at the candle flame through the pipe. Keep a safe distance between the pipe and the flame. Now, bend the pipe little and try to see the flame. What happens? The candle flame can be seen through the straight pipe. It cannot be seen when the pipe is bent. So from this we can say the light travels in a straight line. Now the next thing we study about shadow. So what is meant by a shadow? Now you can hold one by one or opaque object in the sunlight slightly above the ground. What do you see on the ground? You can see a dark patch on the ground. Now the dark patch formed by an opaque object when it is placed in front of the source of light is called the shadow. In this picture, the girl is an opaque object. So the girl comes in the path of the light. So the shadows are formed on the ground. So what is meant by shadow? Shadow is a dark patch formed by an opaque object when it is placed in front of the source of light. So for a shadow to form, what are the things we require? First we require a source of light. Next one, a translucent object or an opaque object. The third one, a surface or the screen on the opposite side to the light source. Now, what are the characteristics of the shadow? So here, the color of the shadow is always black. Though this girl is wearing yellow dress, we are unable to see the yellow dress on the shadow. So the color of the shadow is always black. The size of the shadow depends on the distance between the source of light and the object. It also depends on the distance between the object and the surface on which the shadow is formed. So a shadow only shows the outline of the object. It does not show the details. So here we can say the formation of shadow by a source of light also shows the light travels in straight line. If light could bend, then it would have reached behind the object and no shadow would have formed. So that is called the shadow. Shadow means a dark patch. Now what is meant by reflection? When you look at the mirror, you can see your own image on the mirror. So that is called the reflection. The phenomenon due to which the light bounces off a highly polished surface is called reflection of light. So the light bounces back, then it falls on the smooth surface object, then the reflection is formed. So what is meant by reflection? the light bounces off a highly polished surface is called the reflection of light. So what is the difference between the image and the shadow? So the image means it is formed when the light is reflected from a surface. But shadow means it is formed when an opaque object blocks the light. The image shows the details of the object. You can see in this picture, the girl is wearing yellow dress. The image also is having the yellow. Now the image has the same color as the object. A shadow is always blackish in color. So here you can do one simple activity at home. This activity should be done at night in the dark room. Ask one of your friends to hold a mirror in her hand at one corner of the room. Stand at another corner with the torch in your hand. Cover the glass of the torch with your fingers and switch it on. Adjust your fingers with the small gap between them so that you can get a beam of light. Direct the beam of torchlight onto the mirror that your friend is holding. Do you see a patch of light on the other side? Adjust the direction of the torch so that the patch of the light falls on the another friend standing in the room. This activity suggests that a mirror changes the direction of the light that falls on it. Here is how this one only the direction changed. Now next one, the pinhole camera. So what is meant by pinhole camera? A pinhole camera is a closed box with a small pinhole in the front and the translucent screen at the back. It can be used to view the images of various objects. So how we are going to make this pinhole camera? Take two boxes of cardboard such that one can slide into the another with no gap in between them. Cut open one side of each box. On the opposite face of the larger box, make a small hole in the middle. In the smaller box, cut out from the middle of a square with the side of about 5 to 6 centimeter. Cover this open square in the box with the tracing paper, that is translucent object. Slide the smaller box inside the larger one with the hole in such a way that the side with the tracing paper is inside. Now your pinhole camera is ready for use. Now holding the pinhole camera, look through the open face of the smaller box. You should use a piece of black cloth to cover your head and the pinhole camera. Now try to look at some distant object like a tree. So how it will look? The image will be you can adjust the boxes and you can try to find out the image. The image will be seen small and inverted in the pinhole camera. So this is the way you can see the image with the help of the pinhole camera. There is an interesting pinhole camera in nature also. Sometimes when we pass under a tree covered with a large number of leaves, we notice small patches of sunlight under it. These circular images are in fact pinhole images of the sun. The gaps between the leaves act as the pinholes. These gaps are all kinds of irregular shapes, but we can see circular images of the sun. So this is the natural pinhole camera you can see under the tree. So children, what we have learned? We have learned the luminous and non-luminous objects, sources of light, then the materials divided according to the transparency, then the light travels in a straight line, and then we have studied what is shadow and what is reflection, then how the pinhole camera is prepared. Okay, read the lesson and make a pinhole camera at home. Thank you.